Hello and welcome to another episode of PopCulture Reacts, and we are back with the warmongering Swedes that are Sabaton with No Bullets Fly.
It's a different thing that I was thinking of. I didn't think of them as warmongering seeds. I was actually going to go with it's time to mix entertainment and learning, as we are told, our history via the medium of song. Yeah, so slightly different tack on it. But...
So we are doing No Bullets Fly and the animated video story video, so we can get our education on whilst we listen to some power metal.
I'm quite intrigued by this concept of an animated story video. So yeah, not only musically, but yeah, bit of a twist for us. Well, bit of a twist for me on the video.
Do some learning.
Yeah. Well, you know, like learning can be boring as shit sometimes, can't it? So making learning fun by adding in music and a good video. Yeah. What could go wrong? He says.
Yes. So obviously we've done a few Sabatons so far, so you sort of know what to expect.
Yeah, and I mean certainly the highlight for me so far was the one we did in our Christmas week.
The Christmas truce.
Yeah, I loved it. And you know, you don't want rinse and repeat, but I'm kind of hoping we're going into a song of that gravitas, because I think that's what that one brought with it. Like, not only with the story that it was telling, but musically, I had a lovely kind of using metal, but with a symphonic edge that really appealed to me. So, yeah, hopefully, No Bullets Fly, we get some of the same.
So, are you ready to do some learning?
I am ready. Let's go.
It's December the 20th, 1943, and in the freezing air high above Germany, Second Lieutenant Charles Charlie Brown is at the controls of his B-17F, the old pub. At 11:30, approaching the target of the Focke-Wulf plant near Bremen, the pub is rocked as 4 explosions go off right in front of the B-17. A cry comes across the intercom. "We're hit!" In the plexiglass nose, a huge hole had been made, and icy cold wind was being blown inside, making freezing conditions for the crew. Engine 2 had been hit, and co-pilot Spencer Pinky Luke let out an expletive as he noticed a huge hole in the right wing. Releasing their bombs over the factory, the crew turned to the north, planning to head over the coast, then turn west for home. With one engine out and engine 4 now faulty, the pub started to fall back from the formation with another damaged plane. Sam Blackie Blackford in the bull turret watched as it disappeared into a cloud bank. There was an orange flash in the cloud. "Bandits!" Eckie shouted as 5 BF-109s streaked from the cloud bank. Then another cry, "Bandits!" as 8 FW-190s were spotted in formation ahead of the pub. Sergeant Bertram Frenchy Coulomb in the turret shot the 190 out of the sky. The navigator, Al Doc Sadek, took out the second. Pinky reported that engine 3 had been hit. That left just one engine at full power. The BF-109s attacked the pub from behind, swarming all over. But due to the cold wind running through the pub, most of the guns were frozen. In a turn now, the pub was repeatedly hit, taking extreme damage and killing the tail gunner. A shell penetrated and exploded near the waist gunners, injuring the crew and creating a huge hole. The oxygen supply was taken out and the pub spun towards the ground. With the crew unconscious due to lack of oxygen, the B-17 fell for 4 miles. Charlie started to come around and grabbed the controls, pulling back as the plane continued to fall. 5,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 3,000 feet. Just moments from hitting the earth, the plane pulled up, almost scraping the trees as it did. the story was kept secret until 1986, when Brown started the search for the German pilot who had shown mercy on that December day all those years ago. In 1990, Brown received a letter from a man named Stigler, who was living in Canada. Stigler explained that he had been the pilot of the German fighter who had escorted Ye Olde Pup. This video is of their first meeting.
Franz, what were your feelings when you met again for the first time?
I was so happy as we met that I clapped him and hugged him. It wasn't easy.
The fact that he risked his life really in many ways, and I wrote him in a letter. I said, if you made a habit of feeling sorry for bomber crews, flag up alongside them, I am sure that you were shot down many times. But it was not only the audacity that he came up to us and then recognizing the threat. If someone had seen him and reported him, it could have been a death sentence.
Franz gifted Charlie a book, and inside the inscription read, "In 1940, I lost my only brother as a night fighter. On the 20th of December, 4 days before Christmas, I had the chance to save a B-17 from her destruction. A plane so badly damaged, it was a wonder that she was still flying. The pilot, Charlie Brown, is for me as precious as my brother was. Thanks, Charlie. Your brother, Franz." In 2008, within a few months of each other, the two firm friends went on their final journey. Franz Stigler never got the Knight's Cross, but as he always said, he got something better.
Hi, my name is Jovita Tan Stiegler. I would like to thank Sabaton and your song, No Bullets Fly. Because of this, the story of my father will live on. See you on your next concert tour. Safe journey, gentlemen, and again, thank you.
So what did you think of No Bullets Fly as a song first?
I don't know. You go first. You go first.
See, I already know the song, seeing Sabaton many times. It is one of those that's always great live. It is one of their bangers. They're with, to be like Panzer Division. It's sort of the high energy power metal banger. I love it. Seeing the animated story video, that brings the concept of everything home much more. But we'll go on about the video a bit more in a little bit. But yeah, no, I love this fucking song.
It's a lot more probably in the power metal that is going to resonate with me a lot more, because I think like the kind of riffs in it and stuff like that did have that bit more of the styling of my Japanese anime soundtrack by playing in an action scene in a cool action movie vibe to it. So I think from that side of it, it certainly ticks a box. He's got for me a nice voice, and I know that using the term nice is often seen as an insult, but I legitimately mean that. I think he's got a nice voice. I think what they're trying to do is actually quite hard, isn't it? I think to try and tell a factual story is quite hard via the medium of song. And I don't know, his voice lends to it. It is probably how I'd describe it, rather than either underselling it or over dominating it. Because I think that would be the risk either side on a vocal performance of something like this.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Joachim does very well with is the way that he, obviously being Swedish and obviously English being a second language, in the singing form also is very well pronunciated. I believe that's how you say it.
Yeah.
So you can all the word, you can actually understand everything that he is saying as well, which helps in the fact, you know, the whole point is to put across the story.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I have a lot of time for Sabaton. I've seen him multiple times, and yeah, this is, for me, this is power metal as it should be. What did you think of the concept of this style of video?
I liked it, but it was distracting. It distracted me from the song, and I don't think that's what it's supposed to do. To a large part, I found certainly the second part, so poster song, where we kind of follow up the story, and of course you get the interview as well. That has a resonance to it. But yeah, I don't think it, not for any bad, I don't think it helped me with the song. I think I like the song less because of the video, or other way round. But I think for me, they negatively impacted each other because yeah, it just, I found it too much of a distraction from the song, and overly long.
I suppose when you've got like a couple of minutes pre-song of explaining the setup, and then the few minutes afterwards telling the rest of the story.
Do you know what? I think I'd rather have just had the few minutes afterwards. I think it would have been much more, probably less distracting, because you just go straight into the song, focus on the song, and then I think you have that like the post part of the story bit done in that, and I think for me it would have worked a lot better. But yeah, I think I enjoyed the song less because of it, because you're talking about how it's kind of great power metal, and oh god, here we go, I'm gonna get destroyed for this. It's a 6 out of 10 for me, which is good because it's above average. But whereas I'd have put Christmas Truce up in sort of like the 7.5, 8 out of 10 range, this is a I think for me a step down from that, and more like what was the first one we reacted to?
Division.
Yeah, more in that range, which I wasn't so keen on. Yeah, but I think the video was part of the reason for that with me. I wouldn't listen to it again after hearing it. I've heard that now and I'd move on. Whereas Christmas Truce, I would have played over and over and over again, or I will play over and over again. But this one's like, yeah, next time out, I'd skip it on a playlist.
Well, what do you lot think out there? Comments down there, as always. You know, are you with said and you know, not liking it as much as I do? Also, these story videos, I think they're good for if you've already heard the song. I do.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
For the purpose of what we're doing, I don't think they're.
And I think it was nice to do one. I think they're spot on. But yeah, I think for me, coming into it first time out, I do think they're too distracting. I got too focused on the story, and then actually I think it pulled me out of the story within the song, because I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, give us your feedback on it. But yeah, personally, maybe not for me.
Yeah, as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll be back with more very soon. Goodbye.